Hello friends, welcome to Unique Knowledge Portal. Myself, Unnati Shah, and I will take you through today's video which is in English. If you prefer viewing it in Gujarati, you will get the link in the description. Today's topic is, how much do you know about the internet? So here are a few important concepts about the internet for you. Do watch this video till the end. Before starting, I would like to suggest you to note down important points. Also, if you are not subscribed yet to my channel, please do subscribe it and hit the bell icon. So let's begin. Benefits of using internet. So the most important benefit of using internet is it is a very easy, simple and affordable mode of collecting information. Apart from this, you can find out news on the internet. You can get the newspapers, daily newspapers like Times of India, Indian Express, etc. on its websites. You will get e-papers or PDF format. You can also view advertisements. You can give advertisements on internet. You can get photos, videos on a certain topic. You can also see movies, TV series, live TV also on internet today, whether it is on desktop or on the mobile phone. Then next is social media. All of you might have been using social media accounts like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc. to connect with each other. If you want to buy something, you can go to shopping or e-commerce websites and get the product you need and it will be delivered right at your home. Apart from this, you can use banking services from your preferred bank. You can do instant fund transfers today. Apart from that, you also get tracking services for postal, courier services, etc. Suppose you have sent a parcel and you want to know where it has reached or has it been delivered or not, you can see it on internet. This is known as tracking. Apart from that, also you can do mobile recharge, DTH recharge. You can also pay bills like electricity bills, gas bills, etc. Next, you can file your income tax returns online and also create some government ID proofs online like Aadhaar card, PAN card easily if you have the required data. If you are an avid reader, you will get ebooks also. You can also order food online and get it delivered to your home. And there are many more benefits of internet. So now we'll move forward. Have you ever thought what do you need first for using internet? It is internet connection, data connection or network connection. You can take any name. Initially, we used to have dial-up connection. Then later on, broadband or fixed line connection, which was connected through modem. And then we used to get internet on our computer. We have to use certain settings like LAN settings or proxy server settings, etc. Next, every one of you might be having a phone SIM card. Nowadays, these companies enable internet data at the time you purchase a SIM, and you can use that internet. So it is called mobile networks, like Airtel, Vodafone. You can see the images on the screen. The next is Wi-Fi or hotspots, which are generally connections without a wire. Like you don't need a wire to be connected to your computer or phone for using the internet. Or hotspots that are is like a Wi-Fi, but it is given by a mobile network. Then you have data dongles. Again, they are of two types. One which will be directly connected to the USB through the USB cable or at your USB port, and other types wherein you can use Wi-Fi and connect it to your computer or phone. We'll move further. Next is browsers. Browsers are also required for using the internet. So there are mobile-based browsers as well as desktop-based browsers. So what are mobile-based browsers? You can go to Google Play on your Android phone or any other store or any other operating systems, and you will get many new kind of browsers. Then there are desktop browsers. Now examples are like Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Internet Explorer. These are the generally used browsers. Again, there are Netscape Navigator, Opera, etc. So there are many new ones as well again. So you can choose any one of them which is useful to you, and you can browse through the internet. Now, how to use a browser? Many of you might not be completely knowing about it. So let's take an example of Google Chrome. Double click on Google Chrome icon on your desktop, and then a page will be open, which is known as the home page. You can see it on the screen how it looks like. Next, there are features of the browser like address bar, then bookmark, then search history, etc. What is an address bar? I have cropped a pic of it, and you can see it on the screen. There is a text like search Google or type a URL, which is known as address bar, wherein you can input any website address and browse that website. Next, bookmark. Suppose if you have landed to a page which has some useful information, then you can save it for your future reference, which is called as bookmarking or favorites. Search history. With the help of search history, you do not have to type the web address again and again. Suppose you are regularly visiting Google. Just type G and you will get Google website. It's so easy as that. And you can also get other examples or other history, whatever you have used previously. Next, you can also see a part on the home page where you will see recently visited websites. You can see the image on the screen. Here, you can see there is YouTube, there is Google, there is Gmail, etc., etc., which are being recently visited. You can click on any of them also to visit the same page again. Again, there is a feature called New tab. This is for using multiple websites at the same time. Like suppose in one screen I have opened, or one window I have opened Google. On the next video I'm opening some other website, and so on. You can open such more windows as well. So you just have to click on plus icon on the home page. You can see there is a plus icon on the above the address bar, besides the new tab or besides the Google tab. Now, what are websites? Everyone goes through various websites, but what are they? So websites are used to display information. Without websites, there is no information displayed on internet. So websites is the main component wherein you will get all the information throughout the internet. For example, Google, you have definitely used it. So now www.google.com, what is it? It's called as a website address. To reach to a website, you need website address. Like all of us have our home or house or flat, it has its own distinct address. In a similar way, a website has an address on internet. Again, when you go to Google search and put some input, you get a list of websites or web pages as the output, as shown on the screen. Now, what is this? Suppose you want some car details. It's comparisons. So I've put car specifications comparison. I will get various websites wherein you will get information about all cars compared. What are this? These are links to various web pages, which are in turn websites connected to different websites, which will show you the information. So website as a combination of various web pages, as I told you just now. A website is made up of various web pages. It is a structure of a website. It is used to display different information on differently. That is, it will not show you all the information just on one page. It will be very difficult to read, to understand, etc. So it is displaying important information on different pages. Next, suppose I'm taking an example of Yahoo as shown on screen. Here you can see various uh, tab-like things like mail, coronavirus, cricket, news, finance, lifestyle, movies, women, etc., etc. More. So these are links to various web pages, wherein these are like the content of the website is classified into these things. So suppose I'm going on news page. That is another web example of web page. Another window or another link will open, another page will open wherein you will show, see latest news, correct? So let's go to next. Now, what are search engines? Search engines are websites or software, you can say, wherein you can search about various information. As I said, it displays you results in the form of websites or web pages. What does it does? It has algorithm in its background which searches for various websites, indexes it, and then gives you the output. So it also gives you the relevant output on giving the input information. That is what you want to search. Example of search engines: Google, Yahoo, Amazon, and Bing. Website addresses are shared on the screen. There are also other search engines which are like specific to a country, like Baidu's in China. You will also get it different search engines in different countries. Now we will move on to email. I've specially included email in this topic because it is also a very basic requirement to use it. How? Let me explain. Suppose if you land on a website and you like certain product, now you want more information about the same product. They will ask you information like email ID, mobile number, etc. So the very beginning, you will need an email ID, a space where you will get your personal information or personalized information. So now what is email? Email full form is electronic mail. Everyone knows mail. The letter or the post you receive at home is called physical email, physical mail, sorry, or mail. So when you get it in digital format, it is known as electronic mail or email. What are email platforms? Where you can create an email ID or email account specifically. So these are, and general ones are known like Gmail, Yahoo Mail, Rediff Mail, etc. Also, like business companies do have their own email uh, accounts wherein there are accounts for employees. These are known as corporate emails. Let's now know what is email ID. So when you have a particular account, you will be given an email ID to know that this is you. How does it hold information of several users separately? That is through email ID. There are various email accounts of different people, and these sites give you an email ID to separate you from other users. Correct? So now there is a space which is associated with each email account, wherein your personalized information is stored. For example, unnati_shah@gmail.com is an example of email ID. Now, what is unnati_shah? It is known as username. Now, there is a Gmail, which is the platform on which you have created an email account, plus .com, which is a domain name, .com for company, .org for organizations, .net, .gov for government organizations, .edu for educational institutions, .co.in, .co.uk for different nationalities, different countries. What are the details required to create an email account? Which should be ready with you ideally. Name, surname, date of birth, age, gender, whether you are a male or a female, educational qualification, graduate, postgraduate, marital status, whether single, married, widow, etc. Your country, whether you are from India, China, US, UK, etc. Your mobile number, which may be required when you forget a password, or alternate email ID if you have one. It's optional. Now, how to create an email account or email ID? Generally, let us take an example of Gmail or Yahoo Mail. Let's go to gmail.com. You will get an option of sign up or register or create an account with Gmail. So you will have to require all the details which I told you to be ready with. Then next, you will have to create a username and password. So for example, I will say Unnati_Shah is my username. I will also create a password. There are certain rules for password: an uppercase letter, a lowercase letter, a numerical or a special character. These are the required elements. Plus, it should be certain characters long to make a strong password. You have to also confirm the password second time so that you do not make any mistakes while creating a password. And you also have to note it down somewhere or memorize it: your username, your email ID, and password. All those three are important. Submit the page to create an email ID. How to use the email account? Now that you have created an email account, you will want to use it. So visit the same page, that is gmail.com. Now there will be a sign in or login option. So now you have to enter your email ID or username and password. Press login and your email account will open up. I've shown you an example of Gmail account. Here you will see different folders like inbox, then you will also see sent box. If you go further, you will also see sent box. You will also see spam, drafts. You will also see trash. Now, what are this mean for? Inbox. Generally, the incoming emails or notifications or messages or emails are known as are coming into inbox and saved there. If you want to see one of the emails out of them, you have to visit inbox and see. You'll also see how much unread messages are there besides the inbox. Then there are sent box. The emails or messages which you send to other people are placed into sent box. Then next, you'll have drafts wherein emails are saved which are not to be sent. And there are spams which are not from appropriate source. Emails not from appropriate source. Then trash. The deleted emails are stored in trash, which can be retrieved anytime. Also important folders wherein you can store important emails. Next, there is a compose option. Now what is compose? By compose, you can create a new mail, a new email. You have to give title, subject, recipients, your email body, etc. And you can create a mail, your signature, and you can send it. So these are what I was telling right till now. It was features of email account. As I said, compose, send emails, reply all. That is when you get an email, you want to reply to that person, you use either reply, or if there are more recipients, you will say reply all. Then forward. If you want to forward the same message to some other person, you will use forward option. Move to spam. It is like if you feel like if it's from inappropriate source, move it to spam. Move to other folders like outbox, sendbox, inbox, etc. What are the various folders as I told you? Then you can also search emails in the inbox or sendbox, etc. By name, topic of the email, or email ID. So name might be like some notification or email, the subject name. Then topic, name means the sender's name, email ID means sender's email ID, and topic, that is the subject name. Then you can sort these emails alphabetically. so that it will be easy for you to search. Date wise, most recent will be on the top, the oldest will be on the bottom end. Then with relevance, what you're searching. Then you can also add context to address book. That is email ID and phone numbers of other people whom you are in touch with. So any questions, please comment in comment box. I will answer to all your questions. Till then, thank you.